Hello and welcome to my July the 18th update for my GTNH playthrough. Doing this one a little later at night, so I'm gonna try to be a little faster than how rambly I was yesterday. But just got home from a card tournament. Didn't play too much today just because I was building a deck for said tournament. Although it did end up being a pre-release, so that was fruitless because you do constructed, but that's neither here nor there. I will say, got my butt kicked for what it's worth. Came in 9th of 14th. It was rough. But anyways, on to GTNH. So right before I left to work for it, I left off with some big crafts, and I'm a little disappointed that this is not done. Why are these not done? It's been like 4 hours, 5 hours. I ran out of power. What the hell? That's annoying. So, I turn those back on. Yeah, I'll turn these back on and see how long we can go for power. So one of the things I did today, and clearly my system is not yet ready to be able to keep up with it, is I upgraded these to IV like I said I was going to, or really swapped all these to be EV overclocked to IV. I was trying to reduce my recipe times, just because it was getting brutal, especially some of these crafts I started requesting. I mean, literally requiring hundreds of titanium, which we have lots of titanium. It's just, it was, even at EV, it's still like 100 seconds per ingot to smelt, and even with 4, it was brutal. It was over like half an hour of craft. So that's what I did up here. What I also set up is this little array. There's nothing in any of these yet. So turn on hover mode so I'm not spazzing as much. But these are all the HV level of super tanks with storage buses. So this was the big craft I had going earlier that was much faster thanks to upgrading those blast furnaces. I decided to go basically I decided I'm going to do a mix of storage cells and then these guys as well, just because these have local voiding mode. I don't know, I had misread the Reddit comment I was referring to the other day for how they were doing storage, so I decided to go with the storage bus. I mean, these are 32 different fluids, so I think we'll be good. Right now I have these ones set to be, these first 5 set to be the main fluids, but nothing's in them yet. I haven't actually started inputting anything into the system. And then down below at my ME controller or AE controller, I set up some drives over here and crafted a bunch. There's nothing in any of these yet, but there's 20 16K cells, so this will just kind of be my catch-all for everything I don't put in those initial 32. As well as I moved these drives over and crafted 16 new storage cells. Nothing had gone red yet, but this just preparing. I know I'm gonna be dumping more stuff in here, but these sorry, say this a little better. I had originally had 3 of these on the main network. I did finally move these off to their own little sub-network. That way I can start expanding and put a bunch more, and dug out this little hole. Nothing special. I'm gonna put more drives in here as I need them. The last thing I need to move off the main network is just these molecular assemblers, which I think I'm going to do in a pattern so you can do 3 interfaces to one molecular assembler and just be able to get more things going. I don't know. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to lay those out, but these will all get moved over onto their own separate sub-network eventually. But so that was the main stuff I got done during the actual day. Like I said, didn't play too much, so there wasn't anything there. I haven't made any progress over here, but so my immediate plans for the future, that I was hoping that craft would finish while I was gone. I'm a little sad that it ended up having power issues and didn't finish, because what I really wanted to do right off the bat to help further reduce my craft time was I basically have, oh, it shouldn't be too bad, I got all the chambers done. I basically have 4 nuclear reactors currently crafting right now. That way I can move over my passive EBFs from over here. These 4 guys. I didn't even bother setting up the other 2. So when I just had these 2 running all the time, I basically drained all my C-Team boosted diesel or CBF down to 0, and it was causing me some real problems. But that was also before I pulled the AE network off of the fuel. But I want to get these guys running again, and I figure I will just run these off of, instead of these, and now that I have tungsten steel pretty easily from the bees, I'm gonna just do 1 EV hatch in the back of all 4 of these, and then just have them passively constantly crafting titanium and stainless and whatnot. That way it should bring down the crafting times a lot, just to have that stuff already in ingot form instead of dust form. I was gonna do that tonight before I went to bed and just kind of let it run, but I guess not anymore. I think what I'll do to try to get this craft to at least finish tonight while I'm sleeping and not run into more issues, though I assume I probably voided some platinum, so it's probably going to run into issues anyways. I might cancel out. I don't know. It sucks that because it ran into power issues, I bet it voided a few platinum, if that's what they're currently working on, but it could have been another ingot, and I won't know until the recipe stops working, so I might just cancel out whatever recipes I have currently going, and then to try to avoid running out of power, bring in, it's draining it fast. It went through 300,000 just in the little bit I've been talking. So bring in a couple extra tanks to help boost this particular tower and keep these guys running. That may change how. So I like the crafting speed of these, but if these big crafts are gonna blow out the network, I might need to rethink some things. Anyways, my main initial plan was to set up the nukes to get those passive resources going, followed by the other thing I want to do this weekend will be get rid of basically the current P2P setups I have going. This whole thing that I was doing before, where I would just bring all the fluids in and then have one fluid out and P2P everything. I think I'm going to quickly swap over to my new setup. I mean, it's gonna take me a little bit of monotonous labor to do it, but this kind of setup and or the storage cells down below, that way I'm not relying on peer-to-peer networks, and should hopefully help with future scaling up. I don't have to be overly worried about only one input, or especially with the multiple distilleries having multiple inputs, having it all be on peer-to-peer, I think will just very quickly turn into a hassle and try to overly keep straight what I have going on. So that's what I'll do this weekend. I don't believe I will have an upload for Saturday or Sunday. I don't want to say 100% no, but I'm pretty confident I won't upload another update till Monday. And weekends are more my time to be social and stuff. I won't be playing as much. Probably just like late at night when watching some TV or something. So I'll just get those a couple of those monotonous tasks knocked out, and hopefully set the nukes up and maybe figure out a way to keep these guys powered during larger crafts. I don't really know how it'll go that, but that's what I'll work on this weekend. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I will see you guys again on Monday. Thank you for watching. Bye.